But yeah, this is going to be something. Is there a way to like hide the HUD? Okay. All right. I don't know. Can I cannot do anything else. It's just it is what it is. The spectator interface is not going to work on this one. All right. Never mind about that. I don't know if I can actually hide it. I don't think there is a thing. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all the wonderful people from the cult, we are looking at technically, I think it was I think it could be called CostPhoenix's Invitational free-for-all. It's 8 different players on playing on the same map and battling out who is the best. Control W. Thank you, much appreciated, Zargizag. So yeah, I'm just gonna turn it off, I believe, and then if we want to turn it on, we can do the same. Yeah, but the mini map is needed, so to have some action and me being able to follow it up. So let's do that. Anyways, you are looking at 8 different players, and we are looking at the main base of MrBaneDrop, which is Zerg player, but he picked a Terran this time and he was not happy about it. And there is another one. There is the TheEpicDog, the Protoss player in red colors. This is like dark green, I believe. Then we have the green colored Protoss player Spithead on the right side here on the 3 o'clock. Then we have Defiance, a well-known Terran player in the yellow colors here on the 2 o'clock. On the 12 o'clock we have poppyJay playing Protoss pieces in a blue color. And then we have the, I believe this is what? This is brown or dark. I don't know what color is this. This is GrayElk. Control Z. Yeah, no, I am already doing that. I'm shift Zing it out. Don't worry about it. Anyways, we have GrayElk, which is playing here the Terran pieces. We have MacroStudent, also known as DJI, playing the Protoss pieces in purple color, and then we have only Zerg, which was crying about racist, and that is me. Sugacult here on the bottom left corner, and yeah, I think I was the first one to make an action here, no? Because I start to poke with my links, I found out that the MacroStudent was next to me. With my keyboard not working, okay. Anyways, yeah, this map is the Sacred Grounds has like 4 bases. In the free-for-all version has like 4 bases for each player, basically. And yeah, there is only this bridge in the middle with the rocks, and that's the blocking path between 2 players in this case. And obviously the Protoss players, the Terran players, and everything else is walling off. And the Zerg, unfortunately, is not in a good position in this kind of case. I will try not to cast myself here too much. Anyways, Defiance actually has built 3 Reapers and a Hellion, and has tasked himself to actually go attack the Protoss player on the top side over here, and he is actually doing a lot of damage here. That's like a lot of probes going down, unfortunately, here for the Protoss player, and it might be turned out. Meanwhile, Sugacult, I will cast myself in the 3rd person, is getting rid of MacroStudent, which is focusing the +1 air here, and the probes are dying immensely. There's actually Void Ray over here, but that's a lot of roaches. What is this Terran doing? He's massing the GrayElk is massing the Marines. Looks like this green Protoss player Spithead is going on the gateway, and the BaneDrop has been arriving here, and actually MacroStudent just left the game. He has been defeated, I believe. Yeah, the Sugacult kept pressuring with the roaches and lings the army, and he's clearing up the base. Meanwhile, The BaneDrop is building Medivacs and Marines, safely expanding to the third, really passive. And actually he's killing off quite a bit of workers here for the Protoss player in red, the TheEpicDog. And yeah, looks like the poppyJay is trying to rebuild from the position that he is in. Defiance has actually gone for the Banshees. He's building Banshees. A siege tank for defense, and he's building more of them. I don't see any more move outs. Defiance has control on the warp. There is actually watchtowers here in the middle. There is also like big hill in the middle. It could be played as a king of the hill. Yeah, Sugar is expanding mass, making 4 bases and hoping that nobody disturbs him. And he has cleared up the macro player's base over here, or macro student's base. Meanwhile, GrayElk has built double factories for the siege tanks. There's actually Medivac being packed in, and looks as it's gonna be sent in the corner here and might be sent towards the base of the Zerg player of Sugacult. Anyways, TheEpicDog is not disturbed, and here comes Defiance. Defiance actually is attacking Spithead here on a corner right now. Meanwhile, the BaneDrop has arrived. I believe there is no Bane's Nest yet, which is kinda disturbing here for the Zerg player for sure. And Defiance has cleared basically the mineral line of the Spithead alone. There are no revelation yet. There's double observers coming out, and there is actually Stalkers, so Banshee's not gonna be rocking this for a long time. Anyways, Defiance has 2 bases. Basically, he's making the third. The poppyJay has rebuilt some Stalkers, but not rebuilding much of workers. GrayElk is pretty much in the piece on the corner here, I believe. Basically, I think he's the only one who has been left alone for a while right now, without a threat over here. Defiance is pretty much poking in with the Banshees over the mineral lines. There's actually research of +1 and charge here from the Protoss player. The BaneDrop is harassing Sugacult a little bit. The TheEpicDog is not expanding. The Poppy is behind. And some creep spread is happening here from the Cult. Prism DT seems like spicy build, but as long as you can die early enough. Could be, yeah, but the revolution is happening. I mean, the Terrans have the scans, right, and the spores and everything. It's not as straightforward. Anyways, Defiance is building Ghost Academy for some reason. Might be going probably against the Protosses with the ghosts. This one is going to be hard to see if GrayElk is moving out actually, because he chose really good color for the map. Like, you cannot see on the minimap that there's bases there. The BaneDrop is scanning. He has built quite a bit of army. He might be actually going for Sugar over here. Sugar is building Lurker then. Probably thinking, definitely thinking about lurking, about going for the Turtle Zerg. Defiance is actually attacking Spithead right now with the full force of Marine, Marauder and Siege Tank, and so is BaneDrop moving out right now on the map. Meanwhile, poppyJay has not rebuilt his base as much. He's just sitting there and doing his job of doing whatever. Here comes the big push. Unfortunately, that's not big enough army here for the Sugar. And I don't think there will be any way to defend against this push if it's going to be filled up. The rocks have not been destroyed, but there is 4th base coming up here from BaneDrop, so that's definitely going to be it. And Defiance has cleared out the Spithead, basically the main base and the following bases here. Gonna be terrible. So pretty much the biggest fight right now happens here between the Sugacult and BaneDrop, but the Liberator is here, Siege Tank is here. There's big enough actually Marine Marauder Force. I don't know if there are upgrades. No, I cannot see the upgrades actually. Can I see them if I click the units? No, I can't. No, that's sad. That's a little bit bad choice of the casting, the interface, the spectator interface, but that's my problem. Defiance has found Spithead's extra base over here. The TheEpicDog still is on one base, and so is the poppyJay basically, so these two players are not actually massively expanding. Now definitely Terrans right now are ahead here, definitely. The MrBaneDrop is ahead. Defiance is most ahead, I believe. He has all 4 bases, definitely. And the GrayElk has left alone for a long time, so, and he's starting to build missile turrets all around the perimeter of his 4 bases, which is, to be honest, what was in plan of my head when I started the game, but I did what it do. Wandering because of Ravager Miss. Yeah, that's not happening. Okay, Spithead has been eliminated from the tournament. Oh no, he was not eliminated. He was revealed, but he managed to rebuild his hatchery over there. But MrBaneDrop, meanwhile, is destroying Sugacult's base for sure. TheEpicDog is not, still expanding. The Defiance has arrived at the poppyJay once again with 3 Banshees, but they're cloaked. And he's doing some work. Meanwhile, Sugacult actually is expanding here on the top side of the previously destroyed base, and he's trying to do whatever he can to survive, but this push is going to kill it for sure. No shot. Meanwhile, yeah, the MrBaneDrop is having the 4 bases. That's not a problem. Spithead is just building the Nexus over here. There is one more pylon which is powering a lot of things. It was looking like air toss strike from poppyJay, but he's on 1 base. Defiance flies into big amount of missile turrets, and that's not gonna work for sure. And there was a Ghost Academy. I remember that there were ghosts. Oh yes, Defiance is building a lot of ghosts from his Ghost Academy. The scan is happening here from Defiance, checking out the information. Well, MrBaneDrop has cleared off all the Sugacult's bases, but he has rebuilt himself here on a higher position. Well, it's closer to the GrayElk's base, but GrayElk is like really turtling himself in, even though he has bio siege tank army. The TheEpicDog is not expanding. The Spithead is trying to re-establish himself, so is the poppyJay. So as I said, the Terrans here have been taking the big advantage. For some reason the 1-1 was here. It was cancelled from the Sugar. And yeah, I believe the MrBaneDrop might be thinking about either starting to clear up the creep to expand over this direction to get more economy, or in this case he's going for the base on this side. Defiance has found the Spithead. He's actually planning to expand himself to the right side here, or to this base on the 3 o'clock, and he's shutting down the buildings. And the MrBaneDrop did beat the army of this Protoss player, the TheEpicDog, but decided to pull back. Now he is on the way to Defiance. Here he comes, and there is a lot of ghosts over here. The Liberators are sieging up over here, which is pretty good, but there is a lot of siege tanks, so that's hard to punch through this kind of defense. The ghosts are surviving, I guess. No, they're not cloaked actually, but yeah, they're shutting down everything that the MrBaneDrops was coming with. Meanwhile, yeah, the Defiance is shooting down the Nexus of Spithead, and meanwhile he's expanding over here at the position. Sugar has resettled his 2 bases right now, and he's actually taking back one of his main bases. Yeah, the GrayElk, I believe, is just researching, probably like free or something like that. Yeah, he's actually getting some vehicle weapons, and just sitting defensive at his base. poppyJay is rebuilding. EpicDog for some reason is not building any expansions, but he's just distance mining right now. So yeah, we have 3 Terran players which are in really advantageous position. I believe Defiance has been the most aggressive of them. The Spithead is building a nexus here in the corner outside of range. There's actually planetaries being built right here for Defiance, and this range mining is distance mining is something interesting for sure. Sugar is actually building those nexus and trying to establish themselves. Red thinks he has overcharge. No. Yeah, he's not spending his energy for sure. He could be like doing stuff, but I guess he's not. Well, here comes the GrayElk. He finds also Defiance's army. But the Defiance has finally transitioned, and he's transitioned to the battle cruisers. So here comes the big battle cruiser wave with a ghosties, and those marines are finding themselves in a tricky situation in running into siege tanks. Yeah, the Spithead is mining still. Poppy has rebuilt himself a little bit, at least the economy is half there. Sugar is kind of rebuilding himself here. Keeps spreading the creep and getting some upgrades there and trying to resettle himself, but that's crazy Terran forces. Yeah, that's 3-3 for the MrBaneDrop coming here. He's massing his army over here. Yeah, the Protoss is not expanding. Both of these basically are not expanding. I think the only one that expanded the Protoss was the MacroStudent that the Sugar took care of the first one of them all. Yeah, that was melee 1-1 I think, and I think I got also the +2-2 I think, if not even 3-3. That unfortunately is not enough, but that's for the future to cast. Well, anyways, the MrBaneDrop is coming back. He sees that there's a creep, and I believe he has scanned that there actually is a nexus. There is no army though, but that's a rebuild for sure. Praise this dropper lord, believe me. Ooh, Defiance is scanning and he's actually dropping a nuke. The nuke dot was spotted, and the ghost also has been scanned out. The MrBaneDrop was dropping the Protoss player over here. MrBaneDrop has cleared off this hatchery, and he keeps doing that. And here comes the Sugar with the Lingbane. I think Hydra could be that. Well, you know, Lingbane Hydra against Terrans, not bad. The third Nexus, no, but the third hatchery is going to be rebuilt. The GrayElk has been scanned by the Defiance over here. Back into the army. Oh man. Anyways, I believe there are nukes being built. I believe there are air weapon upgrades being made for the Terran player, for Defiance over here. And he is having the most bases right now out of all of the players. The creep still has not been cleared here by the MrBaneDrop. That's a nexus in the wall. That looks like overcharge indeed. There is a cannon. Pretty much that the nexus is working like a ball off, but that's not the case anymore. Defiance is actually going to try to finish off this Protoss player, which I believe he will definitely do because of the amount of forces and economy on the back of it. And yeah, that's one-way ticket to the moon for sure. Nice creep highway on the map. Yeah, that's a middle finger for all the other players because they are racists, and there is no more Zerg players this game. Anyways, the MrBaneDrop has full medivacs. He's flying around himself. I don't know why the TheEpicDog is not building more nexus, but here Defiance is building his another command center. Here comes the attack from GrayElk into the wall. MrBaneDrop is also here. They might have like third partied over here, but we'll see. Here comes the big drop with mines and everything. Defiance's army is moving backwards to protect his main base, basically. He's actually nuking himself right now, but that ghost has gone down. I believe that so the nuke was cancelled. The battle cruisers are here and they are repelling the forces. The BaneDrop is sending more forces over the map. He's building Vikings. Meanwhile, there's +1 range being researched for the Sugacult over here, and that's indeed Lingbane Hydra army. poppyJay is building carriers. He has rebuilt himself to 3 more Nexus, and he's doing some magic stuff. We heard the blink from the battle cruisers. I don't know where they were teleporting themselves to, but they did. And Defiance is probably going to rebuild his production right now as we speak. And there's many more buildings here from the TheEpicDog, for sure. The Bane's, the BaneDrop, MrBaneDrop is basically running on this half base only. That's a little bit sad for the economy. I believe, the main is definitely mined out for Defiance, so is the natural, but he has these 3 bases, so he's not worried. And he's actually going to scan the blue Protoss player, and he might be going for him. But first he might be planning to go for this Terran. No, he decides not to, obviously. Not worth. BaneDrop comes in once again, scans the creep, clears the creep, but Sugar actually is taking these 2 hatcheries once again at the bottom. Praise the Dropper Lord, believe me. Praise the Dropper Lord. And the BCs are here, getting rid of the starports. The siege tank army has been sieged up over here, and those are sieging away on the Thors, which are doing God's work over here. Those probes are not gonna be running out of this base for sure. Although there are actually 2 Nexus here behind, so the Protoss player can actually rebuild himself. The BaneDrop is meeting the Sugacult's army, finding out about the hatcheries going. So it could be a max out which has happened over here. That's a Vikings which are landed. That's gonna be quite a painful trade here for the Sugacult. It's definitely 3-3 bio army here, and I don't think that the Sugar has a 3-3. But the economy here for the BaneDrop actually is not as strong as Sugacult is, definitely, because Sugar has like 4 bases on back of him. So he should be resupplying this force pretty soon. Meanwhile, we have the battle cruisers trying to fight against the big Thor army. And the nuke is flying once again for Defiance to punch through the wall. Through the GrayElk's wall off. For some reason he's sending his own BCs into the nuke territory, but who knows. Spithead is keep the distance mining. I think he's AFK right now, basically. Here comes the fight once again between the MrBaneDrop and the Sugacult. That's pretty nice. The trade-off has happened. The Hydras are doing the hard work. There's like many Vikings. BaneDrop is deciding that he's gonna fly again to the left side and try to expand to the base which has been taken by Sugacult. Sugacult is fixing his macro a little bit, but not much. The wall technically has been destroyed here, and Defiance might be leapfrogging inside. Meanwhile, we are returning to the fight here between the BaneDrop and Sugacult. I think BaneDrop is winning. Those Vikings are doing a lot of damage. There's resupplying army. I don't know what Sugar is doing. Oh, there were actually Ultras coming. So it might be 3-3 actually already. The nukes flying again from Defiance will be denied. Yeah, that will be denied. The BCs are fighting inwards. Sugar decides to go for this orbital which is flying. That might be one of the bases. Yeah, that's one of the natural probably of the BaneDrop. That's gonna be burning down for sure. But the Vikings are doing God's work here, definitely. Here comes the Ultras and Lings and Hydras. No, technically the Sugar should be able to actually take care of this. But there is many Vikings, many more forces. I don't know how much money everyone gets, that's the problem. Would be nice to see that. Anyways, the GrayElk, yeah, basically he's running on these 3 mineral patches, and the Defiance's army hasn't invested his main base here for sure. So the perimeter of the missile turrets is not helping if the threat is inside the base, right? Sugacult is going for trade once again. Now he's taking down some of the production facilities of the BaneDrop, and the TheEpicDog is still distance mining for his Nexus. I don't know why, but still is. He's left alone for a long time actually. The Ultras are doing work. Ultras are doing God's work here, and yeah, the production basically for MrBaneDrop has been depleted to the minimum. The command center is flying away. One is flying here, other one is flying, I believe, to the empty space. There is one flying over here. Don't see any transition, anything, so yeah, Defiance has been clearing up the GrayElk's base here totally with his ghosts, battle cruisers and everything, and the buildings have been lifted and flying away. Defiance has found the rebuilt bases of poppyJay, and he's actually planning to expand himself over here also. But there are 3 bases with a lot more stargates and like actually 4 carriers already over here, ready to do some job. There's a lot of stalkers over here from the TheEpicDog, but Spithead for some reason has traveled his probe throughout this who knows what kind of TheEpicDogs are based, and he's building 2 Nexus behind that. Defiance has found out that he can just destroy these rocks, and he is actually jumping the Sugacult's bases with his battle cruisers and ghost army. Sugar is not ready for the battle cruisers for sure. Trying to get rid of the ghosts. I don't think there is Spire actually. Yeah, the Spire is just now building, so that's quite a weakness from the Sugar side. He has the Hydras though, so the Hydras will try to get rid of that. Meanwhile, these bases are empty. The BaneDrop has found the Spithead with his Nexus. With the orbital, not Nexus. Nexuses of Spithead with his orbital, and he's going to land it next to it. So there are three players in these 4 bases, and looks like the TheEpicDog is not interested to move out. That's a big slam of the mules, the mule hammer as it's called. And there is Ultra then, there is Hydra then being rebuilt. The Spire has been finished. 1 base were destroyed, and there's like 3 bases there, and actually 4 hatcheries back in this position for Sugar, so the economy is pretty damn good. Yeah, Sugar finds that the his side neighboring thing is out, so basically we have 1, 2, Defiance is there, 3, 4, 5 players right now, including Sugar. No, technically the buildings are there, so it's 6, right? Or it might be even 7, who knows. Defiance is ravaging the poppyJay's rebuilt economy right now, and the bases with his battlecruiser army. GrayElk actually has 1 orbital alive, but Sugar finds it immediately, so that's not gonna happen, and it might actually burn down. Ooh, that's gonna be something. Okay, this is burning down, but the other buildings are alive, so technically those are still existing, therefore player is still in the game. Yeah, the BaneDrop is rebuilding actually his economy here next to the Spithead. And he's actually building barracks into factory, so he's completely rebuilding his stuff here. The BaneDrop actually has landed his orbit over here. There are a couple of mineral patches. Sugar is sending links around to find. I think there could be... Yeah, he's going for attack to this Protoss player. Finding that there is nothing over this side and not checking the other side. Afraid of whatever could be coming out of that one. GrayElk actually has resources to rebuild his command center. So here comes the Sugar. He's fighting through this big stalker wall over here and probably going to commit inside the Protoss base over here. Meanwhile, yeah, there is two bombs pretty much sitting here in the corner and doing their job. And yeah, there is starport being built here from the BaneDrop. That's crazy stuff. These Ultras and Hydras are wreaking of the forces over here. Meanwhile, Defiance is sending Wall of Ghosts and clearing up the creep. And Sugar is turning them into the Banes, the links into the Banes, and hopefully to fight this Ghost army if it commits to his new main base, whenever that is going to happen. And Sugar actually is destroying the TheEpicDog. Basically, the Epic should be falling, no? There are no buildings left after this. The TheEpicDog should be falling. Yep, TheEpicDog is... so Sugar has eliminated 2 Protoss players out of this game. Nobody else has eliminated anyone out of this game. So, there you go. A little prizle. And there comes the big battlecruiser army. And yeah, Ultras and Hydras not gonna be able to deal with this Ghost battlecruiser army for sure. Yeah, Sugar has the economy but doesn't have the army. Well, the Spire is being built once again, and probably to make as many corruptors as possible. Meanwhile, these little bombs here have starting to rebuild the bases next to each other, and they don't mind their each other's existence. There's actually Liberator being built. Meanwhile, Defiance is coming with his big battlecruiser force to deplete whatever force Sugar has. Yeah, Sugar is building spores obviously and corruptors, but yeah, not gonna happen. That's definitely... BC is destroying one base and the other force, the Ghost Race, other. And the corruptors are here, but the Banes are here, so that's not gonna be a good one. Yamato cannons are flying. Those are destroying all the corruptors that Sugar has. That's a big fight over here, but I believe the upgrade advantage definitely here is for Defiance, so those corruptors are weak in this position. And meanwhile, the main army of Defiance is taking down Sugars. The Banes are killing the siege tanks, not the Ghosts. There's actually some nukes flying around also to kill the economy. Once again, praise the Dropper Lord, believe me. And yeah, Defiance is killing everything basically of Sugacult. There is no defense. Defiance, yeah, it feels like Defiance already won. Come on, he has like basically 8 bases. The GrayElk actually has a rebuild base next to him. The question is who is gonna be the second place, right? Who is gonna survive the longest? That's pretty much, yeah, all the Zerg here is going to be destroyed for sure. Meanwhile, BaneDrop is building battlecruiser. This is the battlecruiser which I hate the most. You will see why. Well, basically, yeah, Defiance has the ownage here. GrayElk builds the freaking Ghost Academy first. Sugar actually is expanding over here, while the GrayElk actually is distance mining from this position. That's funny enough. Defiance finds this base too, obviously, and destroys this base too. There is only one hatchery left for Sugacult here. and praise the Dropper Lord, which is running away here. There is one drone here. Could be rebuilding itself, rebuilding something, but no, it's gonna be left for death. Probably. There was Battlecruiser. And that's MrBaneDrop arriving and checking out the non-existent Sugacult bases. Fighting the ghosts of Defiance. Could be sniped down. I don't know why the snipe is not used. Can't you snipe? The Dropper Lord has 2 drones inside. Wonderful. The Sugacult is flying to the that side. And one more hatchery has gone down. So basically, no more buildings. There is gas and Hydra then over here. So here comes another Nexus. And the GrayElk has been found out here by Defiance. You can only snipe biological targets. Okay, didn't know that, now I know that. Anyways, Defiance is destroying, while he's actually neighbor over here to this base is building nukes next to him. So that's a little bit interesting approach here from Defiance, for sure, for sure. There's actually Star Portal, so over here. Meanwhile, there is one more BC being built. And BaneDrop's BC is actually chasing away the overlords of Sugacult. Meanwhile, Sugacult has another drone into the Dropper Lord. And yeah, the BaneDrop has found his hatchery over here. Defiance is coming to this corner now. He probably is planning to destroy all this shenanigans which is happening. Sugar is rebuilding hatchery over here too, while losing this hatchery over here. Mines are revealed for Defiance over here, that there is actually a life happening and thriving at this position. Defiance's VCs are dealing with MrBane's VC. And the nukes are flying right now upon these bases. That's insane. Sugacult is rebuilding his hatchery over here. Defiance finds his technically last building, but is not. And the nukes are flying and landing onto these production facilities for the other guys. The BC's teleported. I don't know where. I guess it was the BaneDrop, which is either teleporting or the Defiance teleported on him. Who knows that? But the nukes are flying still. And there is one more BC being built by MrBaneDrop here, definitely. So what is the players left? There is GrayElk here in the corner. There is Defiance, that's 2. There is Spithead still with the Nexus and bunch of Stalkers. And Gateways and the Nexus or whatever. There is BaneDrop, who is now finally killing his neighbor. The Nexus here from the Spithead. And Sugar with 1 hatchery. And Dropper Lord with another drone, probably trying to expand over here. That's the survival rate of a Zerg. Pretty damn good. Anyways, yeah, Defiance has cleared out the Spithead over here, at least this base over here. And he's planning to clear out probably this side. GrayElk is building the cloaking. He has the nukes. BaneDrop actually has Battlecruiser over here, over the map someplace. That's cute. And his actually production facilities is going down. Yeah, the BaneDrop did find the Nexus of Sugacult. That's why the no is in the chat. Because the Sugar has not managed to rebuild his spawning pool to actually be able to build like spores. I'm not supporting racism indeed. Anyways, there is actually Pylon from Spithead. Defiance is killing the production facilities of MrBaneDrop, but he has flying command center in the corner. That BC definitely is killing the Nexus and killing the spawning pool. Defiance is flying his battle cruisers, and it's coming terribly close to the Sugacult, which is crazy. The BaneDrop has found the Nexus of Defiance. No Nexus. the planetary of Defiance, but there are ghosts coming. And they will find the production facilities. And they shut down the ghost which was nuking, and there are like multiple nukes now going to land upon the GrayElk. Oh, the Defiance is still flying around. The Nexus is the hatchery has finished for the Sugacult. He is building drones, getting his economy back on track, still surviving. And the GrayElk's production, basically that might have been the last Nexus, not orbital, last command center of GrayElk's, if he's not flying something in corner. The BaneDrop has another orbital flying in the corner. And he's actually rebuilding the command center here next to the Spithead's buildings. And Spithead actually is rebuilding his Nexus here. That's a lot of rebuilding bases. And BaneDrop has found the Sugacult's Nexus. So that's gonna be it, I believe. If I remember correctly. So yeah, this... thank you. This is a vengeance of me destroying his base, probably, right? What else it could be? Defiance has killed the whatever. GrayElk's base buildings have been revealed. They are actually supply depots all over the map. Meanwhile, yeah, the spawning pool that the poppyJay has been defeated. I believe there might have been another building from whatever. One BC left. And command center. And orbital command. Oh no, Sugacult is actually rebuilding hatchery once again. Cool. There are drones coming. That's not gonna be happening. So who is alive? Spithead is alive. MrBaneDrop is alive. What the hell is this? Well, technically it's Defiance alive, definitely. The BaneDrop. BaneDrop is actually mule hammering. Yeah, the mule hammer happened. This was the main base of Sugacult's long time ago. For some reason, Defiance is not killing the buildings of Spithead. I don't know why. But BaneDrop has found the hatchery, obviously, and he's teleporting onto it. And yeah, the emotions are here, for sure. Yeah, Defiance is scanning for anything else. And that's Sugar out, probably. Definitely out. Spithead is still in. I don't know why people are not killing him. Like, he's next to your command centers, next to your armies. He's building, he's everywhere. And still... I was trying to betray the BaneDrop, but didn't happen. Okay, that's me out. I believe I was, what, 7th or 6th? Crazy. Is Black building the CC? No, he's just building the... Oh, he has actually one. He has one. I was 5th, yeah. So GrayElk has actually command center. Yes, he's rebuilding his buildings. Another 5th, and then there is Defiance. Spithead is allowed to just rebuild his gateway. That's cute. I guess no threat, right? If there is no threat. So, out of the eliminated opponents, I have eliminated 2. And that's when I gone out. And I was eliminated by the MrBaneDrop. Which is now going to be... Yeah, surprise. That's a jump scare. Defiance teleports his BCs on top of the buildings of the BaneDrop. The BaneDrop actually still is in the corner here. He actually has his battlecruiser on the Spithead. He might manage to like leverage out, be equal with players eliminated from this free-for-all. You could have been 2nd and 3rd if you decided to check Red's 3rd and 4th base and kill the BaneDrop and Spithead. Yeah, probably. No, I saw him actually. I saw them being there, to be honest. It's just the Defiance was already in my bases. He was like killing these bases out, so I just decided to pull back my army there, and it ran into his battle cruisers and ghosts. So okay, so is this the last building of Spithead? It might be, no? Oh no, he has Nexus over here. Okay, never mind. Oh, Defiance is checking. He's scanning around, seeing what's up. He's scanning outside the range. He's seeing that there is a CV traveling. And Spithead was defeated. So basically that's a BaneDrop, so it's 2-2. Out of eliminated people, right? I'm just making myself look better, you know, in everything. The GrayElk is still building his buildings. Ghost Academy is coming up. There is ghosts actually being built here, and one is fighting against BaneDrop BC, which is basically held upon this command center flying into the corner. And the Defiance's BCs finds the BaneDrop's BCs and might run into GrayElk's buildings over here. The Yamato cannons are being used. The battle barracks are going down. Defiance is splitting his battle cruisers now around the map. Okay, what's the situation? Well, there are the buildings of the GrayElk. I guess the Defiance has just targeted them. I don't think they are revealed, no? Or they are. They should be revealed because, well, there is no command center. Oh no, there is, in the corner. But that command center is going down, it's burning right now, so yeah. GrayElk's building should be revealed soon. Ghost is firing a nuke. Yeah, so the BaneDrop is in the corner with his command center, and Defiance is alive. So I believe that's last two. Defiance has eliminated one player. So that's 5 eliminated, right? 5 eliminated. GG's called. Was that the 6th? I did miss one. I did miss one elimination. Who did? Defiance won. So basically we are tied with the Bane and then... No, we are tied with the Bane and Defiance, I believe. So GG, Defiance wins the whole free-for-all thingy. The game number 1. There is actually a game number 2. But we will probably cast that on separate. Yeah, the BaneDrop got 2nd place. That's true, that's true.